We have a $45 donation from Night Todd. Wanted to donate during the Link to the Past run tonight, but I will have to work an afternoon shift. Second donation, this you're all fighting the only way we know how. And now let's give a round of applause for Dolph Legend of Korra Run.
All right.
Victory or death!
Just begin.
You
okay.
asked for
3,
it.
2, 1, go. All right. Thank you, everyone. This is The Legend of Korra, based off of the anime of the same name. Uh-oh, I called it an anime. Maybe someone else should take over.
It's an anime. It's animated, right? Like,
Yeah.
Machinima's anime, too.
Could I get the game volume turned down a little bit? If possible. Perfect. Thank you. So that very first section with all the spirits, that was, I need to do that fast, but the rest of this is all scripted. And it just sort of introduces you to the game and the world and the combat mechanics. So there's not really much to do here. So this is actually a good time for couch roll call, if you want.
Well, in other categories, it's important to get like a platinum on this, but even that's pretty easy.
Yeah. So I guess Sight, you can start with you and just go.
I'm Side of Dawn. I primarily run New Game Extreme.
I'm CJ Collins 95. I'm new at speedrunning this game, still learning.
I'm half coordinated. I'm an old runner of this game. I ran this category.
And over on my left is also Dervish16 and Jermaine, two close friends of mine. So this first chapter is basically a tutorial chapter. This sends you into pro bending, which is, if you've seen the show, you're familiar with this. If not, it's basically like dodgeball, I guess.
Dolph and I hate to interrupt. We just got a donation of $20,000 from the Yeti.
Oh, let's go, yeah! Right on.
It says, hey y'all, Yeti here, and thank you for helping us break targets and smash our record for the most raids during a single GDQ with a total of $72,000 and climbing. Do you think we can hit 100,000? I do. Keep grabbing tees, posters, and coins.
Nice.
Really want to see the
So
Grand
you
World
really
Special
want
level.
doubles here, where you knock someone back in the last section here, and it'll knock someone else back too.
Yep. So it was okay pro bending. It kind of just depends on where the enemy sort of, where they end up, if you knock them into each other or not. But that was chapter 1. Yay!
Yeah.
So chapter 2, that's where the game really begins.
So since this is a New Game Plus Extreme, we already have all of the bending unlocked. So we have all 4 elements: earth, air, water, fire. You'll mostly be seeing air and fire. Fire for one-on-one enemy confrontations, and air to clear out large areas or multiple enemies at the same time. The others are used for very situational sort of effects.
And the same goes for movement too. You'll see air and fire used. Fire dash for short bursts, and air for the scooter that goes a long way.
Exactly.
Yeah, the air scooters are best friend in this mode.
In every mode. You don't get to live.
And the camera is the opposite of that.
No, it's certainly not. You don't try and fight the camera, just work with what it gives you.
On the point of the camera, it should also be noted that for whatever reason, it was decided that the change enemy thing would also be what controls your camera. So if you try to turn camera right, it will start targeting enemies to the right.
Yeah. So firebending has a really neat property where it happens so fast you don't really see it, but Korra boosts towards enemies. She like shoots fire out of her feet to boost forward. And we use that to cover some distance too, because she can teleport from pretty far away. And, oops. And it's actually used for a skip that comes up in chapter 3.
Gonna try and not admit that air finisher you did?
Nope, not gonna even mention it. Alright, now we're gonna see probably the best character in the show, Legend of Korra. And you'll know when you see her.
Where are you, girl? I need your help.
Fly,
But you kind of do whatever, you're just waiting. All right. There she is. This is Korra's polar bear dog, Naga. This is essentially an auto-scroller. You just get to the end of the level by avoiding obstacles, and you can collect the spirit energy in the other modes, but it's not necessary in Extreme, or in New Game Plus Extreme. What's nice about these levels is that it doesn't matter which path you take, they're all the same length, so you don't lose time by taking any particular path.
Well, didn't we find that turning corners quickly boosts their time by frames?
Yes, so there's 3 ways to sort of speed up in these levels, and the first one is the built-in mechanic of just using airbending to make you have super speed. Another trick is to turn corners early, because you can turn corners a lot earlier than it seems, and that basically just gets Naga and Korra running on the next section that much quicker.
You do definitely need to be careful with those turns though, because you can turn too early and just smash face first into the wall of the corner, and then you get reset. And I'm sorry, you were continuing on to the next way
absolutely.
to save time.
And then the last little time save, it's pretty minuscule, but it does add up over the course of the level. And that's when you're in the air. If you keep hitting the airbending button, Naga does this sort of like pumping motion. And we think it makes Naga surpass her maximum speed very briefly. And just over the course of the level, it adds up to saving a second or so, if you do it consistently. So now we're on air, and the first skip comes up here. Hopefully I can pull it off.